If you want a few ideas on how to apply automation with AI, I'm going to show you how we create our own sendXmail newsletter. And I'm going to give you all of the workflows in this case of what we are doing. So I'm going to share the screen and then you are going to see how it's going to be like the workflow. Usually we would take about 8 hours at least to do all of the newsletter because it needs research and it needs actually creating all of the content, etc. But in this case, we are the productizing a bit on how we are doing it. So I'm going to share the screen and then you are going to see how everything is now compiled to about half an hour, I think. So I hope it helps in your case to be more productive and consistent in terms of production of newsletter production. So as you can see, we are using like a pre-formatted kind of approach with the newsletter with a very stable kind of topics. So in this case, it's always like a one case study, one insight, and one actionable idea, all edited by myself, Rui Nunes. So this is what we are doing, and this is very intentional. And the reason is because, as you can see, this means that I can just use like an Airtable, for instance, to place all of the content here. Like for instance, for the case study, I have a table called Origin in this case, but it has all of the case studies that we search for and that it's a good case study for our newsletter in case. So as you can see, we have a lot of case studies here. I have a lot of insights that we are also extracting from the web about email marketing, marketing automation with AI, etc. And then we have the last one, which is the idea. So this means that the structure of the database itself helps in terms of working around, or in this case, to create the contents, the content blocks for each newsletter. So in this case, I have everything here, and then I just go to make automation. As you can see here, this is all of the automations that we are doing. So basically, it triggers like the webhook that then it's going to fetch the data on the Airtable table. Then it's going to fetch also the content on that URL, and then it goes to Anthropic Claude with a lot of prompts and variables about the content itself. So based on that, after all of that, it's going to place the output again on the Airtable. So I'm going to activate. I have already a few ideas, insights, and case studies here. So I'm going to trigger the automation. I'm going to click on run once. Okay. And now I'm going to trigger that using the webhook. Just a moment. Let me just see if I can activate the webhook. And now it's triggering. Okay, it's providing all of the information. It's extracting the information from the web here. So when it goes through all of the branches of the workflow, you have everything then collected on the Airtable again. So it goes through everything until it's created again on the Airtable. And now I have all of the content here. So for the insight, for instance, I have even some alternatives to the headlines, etc. It doesn't mean that I'm going to copy and paste all of these to the newsletter itself. What it does is basically to provide some insights about what I can use as a draft. So it does all of the heavy work. So I have already some information about how we write how we want the tone of voice to be, the required structure for all of these. So I have a lot of inputs over here to give as much as possible the final outcome that I want for the newsletter to be. But this means that then I have to edit everything and then to pass all of this to the newsletter builder itself. So, but it saves a lot of work in terms of collecting all of the data and to structure it, etc. This is already a very good output. And in this case, I'm going to use all of these to then edit it as much as possible and to make it as personal as possible on the newsletter itself. But as you can see, I can if I have enough data for case studies, insights, etc., I can propagate, for instance, a newsletter for the 24 months, for instance. Yeah, I could do like 2 years of newsletters already programmed and etc. with all of these workflows. So it saves a lot of time. I'm not saying to just copy and paste all of these information or this content on the newsletters themselves. You need to edit everything. So to be accurate in terms of tone of voice and your the personal the point of view about the topics itself. However, it's a great time saving on our part. So I hope this gives you some ideas on how you can also do the same thing for your business in other areas, for instance, for blog posting and social media, etc. There's a lot of automations that you can do as similar as this. So I hope it helps, and I'm going to share some more automations with AI that we do, much more complex eventually for some of our clients, but sometimes the easiest one are the most powerful ones because it's doable and it provides great value for you. So see you next time.